Chapter 1 Awakening. You are listening at FameTV.info. The third high school of Nanping City, Beishan Kingdom. Afan, are you ready? Which university are you going to take the exam? A boy with short hair, a normal figure and a dozen pimples on his face asked a boy with short hair. Unfortunately, we were not able to awaken. Otherwise, we can be admitted to the University of the Adolescents and become an adolescent. Once we become the adolescents, future employment will not be a problem at all. Even if ordinary people like us can be admitted to prestigious schools, our future achievements will hardly be comparable to those who are capable. The boy with short hair and acne, Gua, he said to himself, with a hint of envy in his words. Anyone? Another short-haired boy, Yang Fan, flashed a complex light in his eyes. He is a traverser who came to this world somewhat similar to the Earth for 16 years. At this time, the world also has mobile phones, the internet, Weibo, computers, live broadcasts and other things. The difference from the Earth is that in this world, there is a kind of horror that transcends mortal beings, and every vitality possesses various magical powers far beyond ordinary people. Once any elementary person graduates from the elementary school, he will not worry about distribution at all. And countless large companies will rush to recruit those formal elementary persons. The annual salary of the weakest person with energy is more than 300,000 yuan. A caddy of rice is only 4 yuan, and a bowl of rice noodles is 10 yuan. In addition to the primordial ones, there are many passages to different worlds in this world. From those other worlds, there are many terrifying invaders invading. Those innate energies shoulder the responsibility of fighting with the invaders of other worlds. The wild in this world is very dangerous, with countless terrible beasts and monsters. Long-distance travel and cargo transportation must be guarded by the Energizer. Similarly, hunting those terrifying beasts and monsters can also obtain a variety of precious resources, so as long as the top energies do not die, they will all be rich. There are 3 ways to become an Energizer. 1 is to naturally awaken and become an apprentice of an Energizer. In this world, as long as you are over 10 years old, you may naturally awaken to become an apprentice of the psychic and embark on the path of spiritual practice. The second method is to obtain a variety of top-notch natural treasures in the wild, and then awaken to become an apprentice of vitality after taking it. The third method is to drink the awakening medicine to induce awakening. This third method is also the most common way of awakening. There are 4 types of awakening medicines. Primary awakening medicine, intermediate awakening medicine, advanced awakening medicine, and super awakening medicine. The primary awakening potion has a 10% awakening success rate, and the price is 100,000. The intermediate awakening medicine has a awakening success rate of 20%, and the price is 300,000. Advanced awakening potions have a awakening success rate of 50%, and the price is 1 million. The super awakening potion has a 100% awakening success rate, and the price is 10 million. Everyone can take the awakening medicine once for awakening. Once the awakening fails, the side effects are terrible. Some people will die directly, some will become vegetatives, and some will become idiots. Moreover, those who can afford the awakening potions are extremely expensive, and they may not be willing to let their children take huge risks to become meta. Powers, so there are very few meta. Powers in this world. Yang Fan sighed slightly in his heart. Unfortunately, I haven't awakened to become a primordial being, and I can't integrate the beads of skills and embark on the road of spiritual practice. The secret method used by the primordial beings is called Juyuan Gong, which is not a secret. You can buy a copy of 20 yuan in every bookstore in Beishan Kingdom. Yang Fan had also bought a copy, and studied it carefully, but it had no effect at all. The first step of Jing Yuan Gong is to sense the vitality scattered between heaven and earth. This first step is also the most difficult one. People who are not awakened cannot perceive the existence of vitality at all. How to practice? After leaving school, Yang Fan returned home. You are back, get the bowl, the rice is ready. As soon as Yang Fan returned home, a tall, handsome middle-aged man with a slightly high hairline smiled at Yang Fan. the middle-aged man with a high hairline is Yang Fan's father, Yang Yi. There are 3 people in Yang Fan's family, Yang Fan, Yang Yi and Yang Fan's younger brother Yang Ming. Yang Fan is a traverser after all, young and mature. After he became a junior high school student, Yang Yi often disappeared. Of course, he would leave him a huge living expenses before disappearing. Although the Yang family is not a rich family, it is also a well-off family, and it is not short of money. Yang Fan's mother is very mysterious. Yang Fan asked several times, but Yang Yi didn't say anything, so he didn't ask more questions. There is braised fish. Great. A handsome young man who was 7 points similar to Yang Yi cheered and came to the dinner table. That boy was Yang Ming, Yang Fan's younger brother, and a second-year junior. Afan, come with you. After dinner, Yang Fan immediately followed Yang Yi into the master bedroom. Afan, do you want to become an energizer? After closing the door, Yang Yetzai asked solemnly. Yang Fan categorically said, yes, I want to be a master. But, Dad, don't worry, I won't drink the primary awakening potion. In the future, I will find a way to make money by myself and buy a bottle of advanced awakening potion. A 10% chance of awakening is too low, and a 50% chance of awakening can already give Yang Fan a try. I have a bottle of super awakening potion here, you just have to promise me one thing. This bottle of super awakening potion is yours. Yang Yi took out a palm-sized crystal bottle, and golden liquid was flowing in the crystal bottle. Yang Fan's eyes lit up and said, super awakening potion, Dad, where did you get it? Is our family a hidden rich man? Yang Yi sighed faintly. Fart big rich man. This bottle of super awakening potion is your father and I. I desperately gave up an old face and exchanged it for my past favors. Yang Fan said, what's the matter? After you awaken, I will give you 3 skill orbs. But then, our family's savings will be almost consumed. Amin also needs super awakening potion. At that time, you will be a brother. Help him more. Our house, 2 years later, may also be sold, to buy medicine for Amin. If you are admitted to the Enlightenment University, you have to do more tasks to make money, and find a way to buy medicine for Amin. This way, your burden will be heavy. Yang Yi said with a solemn expression. 10 million is not a small amount, and many weak and talented people have an annual salary of just over 300,000. Even after Yang Fan awakened by taking the super awakening potion, he was only an apprentice of the Meta.Power, and he had to practice again to become a Meta.Power. An energizer has a very high status in society and has many privileges. But those who can save 1 million a year are very rare. After all, it takes a lot of money for the cultivation of the primordial ones. A look of desire flashed in Yang Fan's eyes. I still want to be a master. Okay. Drink it. Yang Yi handed over the bottle of super awakening potion. Yang Fan swallowed the bottle of super awakening potion in one mouthful, and immediately a ball of flame in his abdomen rose directly, spreading towards his limbs. As soon as he fell to the ground, he struggled with great pain. The super awakening potion is a potion that stimulates human potential and makes people awaken to the extraordinary power hidden in the body. Awakening is accompanied by powerful danger. Yang Yi looked at the struggling Yang Fan on the ground and sighed quietly. Fanner, now I can only look at yourself. The pain lasted for a whole quarter of an hour, and it was an instant that Yang Fan was about to collapse, and bursts of incomparable cool power filled his body at once, maintaining his mind and keeping him from breaking down. A faint phantom of the circle of skills appeared directly behind Yang Fan, and 3 cavities were embedded in the circle of skills. A look of pain flashed in Yang Ye's eyes. A ring. Once the Vitalist is awakened, a circle of skills will appear behind him when he awakens. Ordinary awakened people have 3 rings, excellent 4 rings, elite 5 rings, talent 6 rings, Tianjiao 7 rings, and 8 monsters. Each ring can be inlaid with 3 skill beads, allowing people to acquire a variety of powerful skills. 1. Ring meta. Energy players can only inlay 3 skill orbs and acquire 3 skills, and only 3 basic skills. The weakness of those with 1. Ring elemental energy can be seen. The vast majority of 1. Ring elemental energy cannot even be advanced Yuanwu practitioners. They can only become Yuanwu apprentices. I finally awakened. An hour later, Yang Fan woke up from that painful state, with a trace of joy in his eyes, and with his thoughts, a circle of skills appeared. 1 ring. As soon as Yang Fan saw the circle of skills, his smile froze slightly. He also understood the meaning of the circle of skills. No, a position in my skills circle is already occupied. The skill occupied by that place is the evolution skill. This is a natural awakening skill. Yang Fan looked at a hole shrouded in pitch black, as if it had been blocked, and suddenly his eyes lit up. Afan, although you only have awakened 1 skill ring, you don't have to be discouraged. Even if you only have 1 skill ring, you may still be able to practice Yuanwu in the future. I have prepared 3 skill beads for you. It is, Yuanli Affinity, Observation, Beast Contract. Yang Yi restrained the disappointment in his eyes, smiled gently, and took out 3 palm-sized crystal boxes. In the 3 crystal boxes, there were a colorless transparent bead and an eye curse inscribed. Beads, a crimson bead. Those 3 beads are the beads of skill. There are many terrifying monsters in the wild in this world. Once those monsters are hunted, it is possible to get a skill orb. Human awakeners can embed those skill orbs on their skill rings to obtain extraordinary skills similar to those of monsters. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.